Here's Jackie. A couple of things to pass before we go. Thanks to Jackie again. Prairie Corso. Birthplace revisited. I stand in the dark light, in the dark street, and I look up at my window. You know, I was born there. Lights are on. Other people moving about. I am with raincoat, cigarette in mouth, hat over eye, hand on gap. I cross the street, into the building. The garbage cans haven't stopped smelling. I walk up the first flight. Dirty Ears aims a knife at me. I pump it full of lost watches. I'm trying to do this in a different voice because these guys won't cooperate. Okay. The title of this poem by Allen Ginsberg is Pop Rock, You're My Big Cry, Baby. Play Misty for me, honey. I'll tell my dead mother on you. Fall on the floor and eat your grandmother's diapers. Drums. What a lot of noise. You want a revolution? Want an apocalypse? Want to blow up in dynamite sounds? I can't get excited. Louder. Viciouser. Fuck me up the ass. Suck me. Come in my ears. I want those pink abdominal belly buttons. Ooh, promise you'll murder me in the gutter with orgasms. I'll buy a ticket to your nightclub. I want to get busted. 50 years old, I want to go. With whips and chains and leather. Spank me, kiss me in the eye. Suck me all over. From Uberhead Gardens to CBGB's coast to coast. Skull me, toe, give me your electric guitar naked. Punk president, eat up the FBI with your big mouth. I gotta do this for the, it was very appropriate. The last time we had Phil and Getty Reed in the Boston area, we went out to a place called the Blue Plate, run by Tiny in a town just north of Worcester. And the Red Sox were on, so on the TV while we're doing that shot. So of course the Celtics were on tonight. And I said, gee, it would be fine to find the baseball cantos, so the one that did. So here's Phil and Getty's baseball canto for the Red Sox this year, if anyone's interested in that particular athletic endeavor.
They lost today.
Thank the Lord. Watching baseball. Okay, now you have to understand it's San Francisco, and he mixes up a couple of things here, which is interesting. I mean, Merrick Clifton wouldn't like this at all, but that's okay. Merrick's a baseball fan. Watching baseball. Watching baseball, sitting out in the sun, eating popcorn, reading Ezra Pound, and wishing Juan Marichal would hit a hole right through the Anglo-Saxon tradition in the first canto and demolish the barbarian invaders. When the San Francisco Giants take the field and everybody stands up for the national anthem, and some Irish tenor's voice piped over the loudspeakers with all the players struck dead in their places, and all the white empires like Irish cops in their black suits and little black caps pressed over their hats, standing straight and still like some funeral of a blarney bartender, all facing east, as if expecting some great white hope of the founding fathers to appear on the horizon, like 1066 or 1766 or all of that. But Willie Mays appears instead in the bottom of the first, and the roar goes up as he calls the first one into the sun and takes off like a foot runner from Thebes. The ball is lost in the sun, and maidens wail after him, but he keeps running through the Anglo-Saxon epic. And Tito Fuentes comes up looking like a bullfighter in his tight pants and small pointed shoes. And the right field bleachers go mad with Chicanos and blacks and Brooklyn beer drinkers. Sweet Tito, suck it to him, Sweet Tito! And Sweet Tito puts his foot in the pocket, and he smacks one that don't come back at all, and flees around the bases like he's escaping from United Fruit Company. As the gringo dollar beats out the pound, and Sweet Tito beats it out like he's beating out usury, not to mention fascism and anti-Semitism. And Juan Marichal comes up, and the Chicano bleachers go loco again as Juan dumps the first fastball out of sight. And Brown's first and keeps going, and Brown's second, and Brown's third, and keeps going, and hits Painter to the roars of the grungy populace. As some nut presses the backstage panic button for the tape-recorded national anthem again to save the situation. But it don't stop nobody this time. In their revolution round the loaded white faces, in this last of the great Anglo-Saxon epics, in the Territorio Libre of baseball, the thought of what America would be like if the cantos of town had a wider circulation troubles my sleep. I finished and opening for Wombat to do his incredible translation of Howell, which Alan kind of likes. Now, this is the side of it. It's called Voice Defined at this time. So let me think about Carl Solomon. Let me think about Jackie Kerouac. Let me think about all those folks. Okay, and here we go. Back to 19. Oh my God, 50 what? If I had my way, it'd be 1955 forever. I understand that. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging them through the Negro streets at dawn looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient, heavenly connection to the starry dynamo in the machinery of night. Who poverty and tatters and hollow-eyed and high set up smoking in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats, floating across the tops of cities, contemplating jazz. Who bared their brains to heaven under the L and saw heaven and angels staggering on tenement roofs, illuminated. Who passed through universities with radiant cool eyes, hallucinating Arkansas, and blinked like tragedy about the scholars of war. Were expelled from the academies for crazy and publishing obscene odes in the windows of the skull. Who cowered in unshaven rooms and underwear, burning their money in wastebaskets and listening to the terror through the wall. Busted in their public beers, returning through Laredo with a belt of marijuana from New York. Who ate fire in paint hotels and drank turpentine in Paradise Alley. Death, or purgatory their torsos night after night with dreams, with drugs, with waking nightmares, alcohol, cock, and endless balls. Incomparable blind streets of shuddering cold and the lightning in the mind leaping toward the poles of Kenneth and Patterson, illuminating all the motionless world of time between. Peyote salinities of halls, backyard, green trees, cemetery dawns, wine drunkenness over the rooftops, storefront burrows of tea at joyride, neon blinking traffic light, sun and moon and tree vibrations in the roaring thunder dust of Brooklyn, ashcan wrappings, time king life of minds, who chained themselves to subways for the endless ride from the Battery to Holy Worms, on Benzedrine until the noise of the wheels and the children brought them down